Hello everyone, this is Chris with StickerFab, and today we are with our 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser, and the goal of this video is to put this lamp right here. So we're going to place the factory trim so we'll get some better illumination in this area. If you notice, you have some lights on the back of your Land Cruiser, but this area doesn't stay that very well lit. So we're hoping this lamp will add a nice amount of illumination to this area and before you get to your cargo area. What I've done so far is I've kind of remove this seal all the way up to here because we're going to have to access this area too to run the wiring. And then I've just pulled this trim back by just popping it out. So I've only popped it from like here to around here. I took my front facing camera so I could find where the connector was on this, and I kind of popped that out. And then when I was trying to get this connector back in, which is a pass-through harness, there's a male and female plug right there. I had to look above to figure out where it was and plug it back in. Now I must get this wire on this side and run it all the way up to here. And then we're going to run it through this area very carefully. We're going to use something to push the wire through that and then get it up here. And then we have to go all the way around until we get back to the panel right here for the cleanest install possible. Before you get too deep into your installation, once you have that connector connected and you can see that your trunk lights are on, go ahead and test the LED module. This will ensure that everything is intact before you go. This will ensure everything is intact before you run it through all of the trim pieces. So this does come with a plastic trim tool. I've used it to pop this upper panel's popper right there and right there so I could run a more direct route up this way, going straight up versus going straight out. I don't know how much wire I need, so I'm trying to conserve as much of it as possible. All right, so I ran the wire up to here, and then I had to pull down the headliner. I don't like playing around with the headliner because you can crease it, and that might be visible on the outside over time. Some of those creases might go away, but I pulled this down from the headliner to gain a little bit more access to the back of the plug so we can run that wire up there. You might not need to do this, but I used the trim tool to pull this off because in the end I will put this back right there and then I'll pop it up together. It is very hard to get that piece to go over this piece if this is mounted to the vehicle still. So you want to separate this from the vehicle and put it back on that mount. This part of the grommet, very easy to get off. It's a very soft rubber. This part, not so much. I had to basically get my thumbs in there and pry real hard because it has this stiff plastic piece right there. Then I ran this wire guide straight through there. You might have to finagle it, and it's coming out here. Next, I'm going to tape this one end onto this and pull it back through. All right, so my wire guide or wired puller is a little bit thicker towards this end, so I actually wrapped the connector a little bit forward of that, and I used enough electrical tape, so hopefully this won't come off when I pull it through. Be gentle, guide it along as you go through, moving the rubber to make way for it, and should come out the other end with no problem. All right, I'm a dork. You see what's wrong with this? I didn't run the wire up and through the hole first and then attach it to the wire guide and pull it over. I went from right here, right across that metal, and then did it. So I'm gonna have to run all of this back through, run that end through the hole first, bring it out to here, and then run it back through. All right, don't be silly. Run it through the metal hole first. And now run it through that rubber piece. All right, so all these pieces came out with just applying kind of a gentle little tug to them. I've tugged this one here too and pulled this all out up until right about here. So we only have this side pulled up. There's actually some fasteners here that are still connected together, but I can see between the metal of the tailgate or the lift gate and the plastic right here. Then I've used that wire guide and I've come back up from this area where the LED is going to be, and I've run it across to right here so I can pull the wire in the rest of the way. Once you have the wire to the desired location, make sure you have enough wire to run it all the way through here. If you follow the directions, as I mentioned, you should have more than enough wire. If you guys were wondering, I did pull out this pull handle trim here. It comes out really easily. I just wanted to get a little bit more view to see where the little pop clips were and to gain a little bit more visibility inside of there. Probably not necessary. Go ahead and test your LED real quick and then mount it up there. And then we'll start the reverse process of reinstalling all of the trim panels. All right, don't freak out if this light isn't turning on or it keeps on flashing, because it is touch sensitive, as are the map lights in the front of your vehicle. If you feel like you've compromised the integrity of any of these plastic clips holding this down, go ahead and run a bead along there. Just pull this up, clean it off, run that bead, and press it back down firmly. Like I mentioned earlier, I put this blue part back onto that white part first, and then I popped it back into the metal. And there you guys go. That completes the installation of this OSD trunk light for your 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. Too much light? Go ahead and turn it off, turn it back on if you need it. You can find this on our website along with a bunch of other stuff for your 2024 Land Cruiser. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, and hit that bell notification icon for the latest and greatest things I'm coming out with for this vehicle.